Yo, it is yours truly, Lamore Decina, aka Mr. Cool Spot, and I'm here once again on a beautiful Saturday with my beautiful co-host, Sharita Freeman. What up, love?
What's up? How are y'all doing today?
We good. How's your day been so far?
It's good. It's been busy. I had my nieces and nephews that had about 6 kids earlier. So,
Mama Bear. Mama Bear.
Okay.
Dang. No, that's what's up. That's what's up. Today was good, man. I'm glad you're able to get through that because 6 kids at once, and they babies. Now I ain't gonna say baby babies, but they under 10.
They all under 10. There's 3-year-olds, a 4, a 5, and a 6. No, they're about the 3-year-olds are about to be 4, and then it's 5, 6, and 7.
Right. Wow.
There we go.
Wow.
It's okay. We had it. You know what I'm saying? That background in teaching, I had it covered.
Right. Were you looking cool like that all day with them shades right there?
I was trying to look spiffy, I can't find him a step uncle, okay?
Word.
Just joking, guys.
Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, today was good. Today was a good day. Do some reflecting, do some planning. I went to my little meditative spot and just got away for a little bit. It was a rough week, I can say for sure. But sometimes we got to get away to recharge. You know what I'm saying? And because life for me is working home, and when I'm home, I'm still working. So kind of break up the monotony of my days or my week by going to my little meditative spot. You know what I'm saying? It's
keeping a secret. He still hasn't showed me.
I actually shared it today. Free. I put the location of the day. I dropped the pen today. I dropped the pen today.
All right.
I was like.
Can't keep it to yourself any longer, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Y'all know the background of this story, how I had to promise to keep it a secret for him to show me where the waterfall was.
Right.
Okay. Now he wants to share with the public. See how we do it?
I dropped the pin today. So if anybody sees the video and you're interested, it's in the comments where the location is. I'm not going to share it on the live, but if you really want to go back to the comments and scroll through there and you'll find the location. All right. So anyway, today we have a very, very group of individuals, which are, and they're going to be represented as individuals today. Super excited about this group.
I'm going to fly real quick because these are some amazing looking individuals. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to be business oriented and there's there's 50. Okay, y'all.
Right. There's the fly. Look at that fly.
See him right there.
Look at that fly.
So we're going to meet with these 3 amazing people today. That's all y'all get. Y'all can't see the fly. We'll bring them back in a second. But we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're gonna do almost kind of like a panel thing, right? So we're all chatting together, and so that we're all getting to know each other. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're gonna bring them up, and then I'm gonna introduce you all to them. That's cool, Limo?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's roll with it.
So first, we're gonna we have Fitzhugh, Beavers. And then we have the lovely Lechell Walker.
Yeah.
Then we have Toya.
Yeah.
As well.
Thank you for allowing me to be here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
So we have this mixture of victims' rights advocacy, actress, model. We have an actor, a media promoter, a talent scout. So y'all are this wealth of entertainment industry wrapped in 3 people.
Right.
I just, I'm excited to learn more about specifically what you all do individually as well as collectively. But again, specifically with Fitzhugh, he's an actor, a model, a media promoter, a talent scout, and the founder of Funderful and Funtastic Fun, and co-founder of New South Empire LLC. And let me go ahead and draw the information so y'all while we're talking about them. And then we have Miss Lechelle Walker. She's a victim rights advocate, a petition starter, which was justice for, is it Manchi? Is that correct?
Manish.
And that's at www.change.org. She also has some contact information, so I'm going to switch over and put her information up so that you can make sure that you follow her as well.
Nice.
And then we have Miss LaToya, that shares my middle name. That's my middle name.
Uh,
And she's an actress, a model, and a founder of Fashion Speaks Boutique. And her contact information is going to be below. So make sure you follow her.
yeah.
And we're going to get kickstarted. Now that y'all know who they are, of course, y'all know I'm Free the Poet, and that's Mr. Cool Spot Lamoy Decina. So let's get started.
Yeah. So let's go
right.
ahead and let's jump in, man, because Fitz, I know. Matter of fact, we're gonna do this in reverse real quick because I know LaToya gonna have to tap, head out in a little bit. But let's start with LaToya. Can we start there? We'll start
Sure,
there.
that's
Let's
fine.
do it.
All right, cool. All right, so LaToya, let's find out more about who you are. Can you give us a little bit of background about who you are? Some things that you may have done. Share a little bit your resume, who you are, and how you become who you are today. Yeah.
So, of course, my name is LaToya. I am a mother of three.
Mhm.
I actually have associates in paralegal that eventually I do want to do some work in.
Nice.
I have a online boutique.
About who you
It's
are.
actually a catalog where people can go
Mhm.
on and look at the items that I have and order through me. I
Nice.
am also a licensed esthetician, which I am just graduated last month,
Oh,
and
nice.
I'll
Congrats.
be doing some skincare work.
Nice. Congratulations. Good
Thank
stuff.
All right,
you.
now.
Yeah. So let's work this back up some. Fitzhugh. Now you are
Yes, sir.
very interesting brother, very busy brother too. I've watched you for a while. We've shared some platforms, and we've crossed paths quite a bit. And every time I see you, you stand out to be a different. You know what I mean? And I like that. You know what I mean? Because I'm out of the box as well. So share a little bit about your background, brother, and who you are, and how you become the man you are today with what you do.
Well, first of all, I want to say I appreciate the invite, especially with the caliber of the people on this panel.
Yeah.
I'm proud to be working with them and for them. My biological name is Fitzhugh L. Huff II. I was born in the Bronx, raised in Southern Pines, North Carolina.
Oh wow.
I've been in Raleigh since 2010.
Mm-hmm.
I started in the entertainment industry in 1982.
Okay.
I started out as a scalper for major events.
Okay.
I also was a dancer for multiple national recording and international recording artists, stage dancer.
Nice.
By me doing that, I met a lot of people, influential people, and it's just kept graduating to another level in different ventures.
Right.
From that point on, then I moved, like I said, I moved to Raleigh, North Carolina, 2010, and I
Mm-hmm.
started having concerts in clubs.
Okay. Nice.
Then from there, I started working with major concert promoters such as Suleiman Mausi from the Dome Group, Mike
Okay.
Sinclair from Sinclair Entertainment,
Okay.
Seven Productions, Raheem McCoy, Ron T. Thomas.
Wow.
Currently, for the past 2 years, I've been acting,
Okay.
and I don't consider myself a model, but I do like being in the camera.
Okay.
I can admit that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
I am not. How do I say this? I'm a promoter of businesses
Uh-huh.
Okay.
and events. Okay. I also am a talent scout of artists, rap artists,
Mm-hmm.
R&B artists, and I'm a talent scout for Vogue and now Miss Fashion Global. And anything that I see that's different, clean,
Mm-hmm.
and something that people times are so bad right now. People just want to be happy.
That's all.
And that's my passion, to make people happy, make people happy. So basically, that's why I stay busy. I'm retired military and retired chef. So that's basically the most about me. I just want to help people be happy and help them grow.
Gotcha. Yeah, you are the life of the party, man. Every time we cross paths, I'm like, that dude right there. He could. He got the shimmy. But I appreciate every time we cross paths, though, brother. It's always grand time, man. Grand times, man. So let's go over to our last guest, LaChelle Walker. Tell us about who you are, your background, and everything.
Thank you, God, let me be on this platform. And my name is LaChelle. I have 3 kids. Well, 2 sons and a daughter. I'm a United States Navy veteran. So I was in the Navy for 4 years. Once I got out of the Navy, I was a supervisor for United States Post Office for 15 years. And then once I retired, I got into the modeling and the acting.
Right.
And I've been on Bobby Brown's movie.
Nice.
Road. But all of this transpired because my daughter, of course, she was she was about to graduate from high school, you know, and once she got into going into college, I was going to have an empty nest. So I had to find something to do to be able to, take up for that time. And because of what happened to my daughter and me hooking up with New South Empire LLC, that's how I came about to be where I am right now today.
Nice. So you said Bobby Brown movie, and what else you cut out for a second?
Mr. Mercedes, and I'm also a part of Greenleaf and Underground Railroad, which is still in production right now.
And the story of Tammy Faye Baker.
Come on now.
Okay, busy.
It's a long list, man. It would take an hour.
It's all good. It's all good.
Trust me, Lamar.
Yeah, we're gonna get it there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get into that. So typically, being that you guys are actually our first group that we'll be interviewing here at the Cool Spot, we're going to change it up and do a little something different. You know what I'm saying? Now, we've all discussed this and everything and ask you guys some general questions across the board. And I want you guys' opinion, man, because we're all individuals, right? Even me and Free, we're partners, but we're still individuals. We have our own thing going. So one thing that I like to share, and it's been a discussion all week, is to stand out to be different, to work, to do the things that we do, to stay consistent in what we do, right? There's a physical work, a physical aspect of what we do, which is the physical works of the body, right? We can be programmed to be conditioned to do so much physically, but the mental work behind what we do is a whole nother beast. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what it is that we're doing, whether we're pursuing a career or we're just trying to get out of network or just to have the mind power to keep going, the mental aspect of it is a completely separate beast, completely separate animal. You know what I'm saying? And I've watched you guys throughout time, and I love how you guys are consistent in all that you have going on. Right? So I'm going to throw this question out there, and LaToya, we can start with you with your response. What does entrepreneurship mean to you? Because we are all entrepreneurs. What does that mean to you?
I look at it as a way for me to be creative, to express myself. Nice. It allows me to discover ways and things about me that I don't know. And it allows me to not stay stuck in a box where I'm not growing and I'm not inspiring others.
Nice. I'm with it totally. Fitzhugh, Sergio.
To me, entrepreneurship is not just having a business. To me, entrepreneur or multiple business or multiple streams of income. I highly suggest that. But to me, entrepreneurship is being an avenue to create more leaders more businesses through your business, not just followers.
Yeah.
Anybody can help themselves.
Right.
I believe that a true entrepreneur is really an extrapreneur because they go above and beyond, and they help the masses. It's not just about Fitzhugh, you know?
Yeah.
It's about my team. Like I manage LaToya and LaChelle. If I'm winning, they're winning.
You're winning, right? Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And even if I'm not winning, I'm going to struggle for them to win so they can pick me up.
Right. Absolutely.
That's what I feel entrepreneurship is. It's creating avenues for the multitude.
I love it. Good. That's awesome. LaChelle, what do you think? What are your thoughts?
Mine is probably a piggyback off of his, except for the fact I think entrepreneurship is like a mentorship. You know, if I'm doing something business-wise, then I'm always teaching the younger generation because I've already went through those steps before.
Yeah.
So, because I've always been the type of person where my kids looked at me and I gave them everything I went through so they can be an example, so they can be better than me. Right. So if I'm showing them business moves, then they may see something that they can perfect on that would make that business even better than what I could make it. So I'm always about growing, I'm always about growing what's behind me, because if I have a special gift that God gave me and I'm able to maneuver a certain way, then certain people are going to cross my path that's going to learn even more off of what I'm giving.
Right.
So I'm more of a giving person. I like to necessarily teach an individual what they need to do, because our younger generation needs that. They need people to actually teach them. Because I was a single mother, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have a man in the house to teach my sons, because I have a son that went into the Marine Corps. Right. So, you got to be really tough to have a son that goes into the Marine Corps and be a Marine.
Right.
So, that's what entrepreneurship means to me, is to take care of the people that's behind you that need to get to where you are.
Right.
No, he probably been in the Marine all his life.
Right.
Well, I have a question for y'all. With entrepreneurship, and I'm 32. Well, I'm about to be 32. And I know growing up, I never heard of entrepreneurs per se. I'm from Raleigh. So like my uncles, they always had businesses, like they did HVAC on the side, or, one was a chef, like they did different things on the side, but I had never heard of this coin term, entrepreneur. And so I think that it's important sometimes for us to label it so that the upcoming generation can, save that into their memory. Like, okay, this is what this is. I see this working, but now that I know what it is and I see what they're putting into it, I can do that too. It now becomes, hey, they did A, B, C, and D. Now I know the path. Kind of like you said with the mentorship thing. But I think sometimes we remain stagnant in our community because we don't know. We feel like we got to know all the steps, or we got to know what it's called. We won't always go without that, like, this is what this is.
Right. That's good.
Correct.
So with that, do you all feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, we're called different or weird, or we go against the grain, right? So we're always known for being different because we take those leaps of faith that a lot of people don't always take, right? So what does that mean? What does that mean to you? How does that make you feel when you might hear that term of like entrepreneurs are just different? Is there a fear about being labeled as that?
Being labeled as different.
Me personally, I accept that because I don't want to be normal. I don't want to fit in. I want to be different.
Yeah.
This world needs something different.
Right.
So
right.
I take all insults as a compliment.
Yeah.
Especially the way this system of things is right now. Because what's bad is good and what's good is bad. So if you
Right.
insult me, it's a compliment.
It's a compliment.
But actually, I think, everybody in this world is different. There is no person that's exactly the same. So why not accept everybody for who they are because they're different?
Correct.
You
Right.
can't have a standard of who you think is normal and who you think is abnormal when all of us are not the same.
Right.
So
Mhm.
my point behind it,
No, that's
that's
true.
my rationale. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm different than you. Just because you think you're normal doesn't mean that I'm the abnormal. That just means I'm a different type of normal.
Just different type of normal.
Correct.
Yeah. What you think, Toya?
Wow.
It's definitely considered a different type of normal. I find that I do have a lot of the same things as other people. It's just that I do it differently.
Right.
So I don't really consider myself too much different because I might have some of the same characteristics and I might build in some of the same ways as others. I just kind of do it in a different way to
Right.
which makes me.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that because, like,
Mhm.
I'm the baby in my family, right? There's 5 of us all together. I have 2 older brothers and 2 older sisters, and I'm the baby. So, something that I realized early on when I was like probably about 11 is that the baby of the family. Well, not this part, but I get to that. But what I learned here as an adult is the youngest in the family typically becomes the one that becomes more successful for the majority of the family. Why is that? Why does that happen? Why is that important to know? Because we are the ones that typically watch other people's mistakes along the way, and we pick up from that, and we know what not to do. You know what I mean? Like getting in trouble with mom and dad and stuff like that. So a lot of the times, the fact is the youngest in the family tends to exceed beyond the majority because we've learned to apply those principles to life. So for me, I'm a collective. I've embraced the fact that we are products of our environments, right? So as a product of our environment, I've learned to pick and pull from certain people that inspires me. You know what I mean? So it's not an unconscious learning anymore, right? It's not an unconscious learning anymore. It's actually volunteered now. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just like, okay, who do I like that I'm seeing today that's really making some major impact right now with what I'm trying to do? Let me study them. Let me learn them. Let me pick them up as a mentor, right, Lechelle? Let me pick them up as a mentor. Without they may not even know me, and that's okay. But I have a lot of mentors that don't know me because I'm studying their moves and how they walk and what they do, how they conduct business, and I learned to incorporate those different sides of myself. And now I've just acquired some new traits about me that I learned to grow into, which actually gets me a little bit further ahead. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Right. So speaking of inspirations, right? What inspires you guys? Like, what's your inspiration? Anybody could jump on that.
Definitely. For me, my inspiration would be that knowing that there is a bigger purpose than my own thoughts. That kind of allows me to wake up in a new day and refresh whatever I'm thinking to actually look forward to something bigger than what I may have thought yesterday.
Right. I love that.
My biggest inspiration is my father.
What's the story
and
behind
my mother, but not my mother.
What's the story behind that?
My mother and father been together for 70 years. They've been married for 63 years.
Wow.
I have never even seen them argue, not one time.
Wow.
So that a congregation, the youth that are not taking the victim slave mentality excuse,
right,
that are really out there doing their thing.
Good.
If you want a government and the white man, I ain't got no time for you, because simple are no excuses. A lot of people say you're a product of your environment. My parents was damn near saints, and I turned out to be an ain't. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't totally agree about. I totally don't agree about you come because you was raised this way. You supposed to turn out this way. So my
Right.
inspiration is the kids that are overcoming that, the people that are overcoming all of that. No matter what they was victims of, they rise above it. That's my
Yeah.
inspiration.
That's dope. That's powerful, bro. Powerful. Powerful. Lechelle?
My inspiration is my daughter and my faith in God.
Come on now.
Bingo.
And the reason for my daughter is my daughter was killed in the
We cutting out.
car accident. And ever since then, I've been pushing to change some laws in North Carolina. So for opportunity to talk on platforms like this, or to share my story with just individuals just walking around, that's my opportunity and my what's it called? What motivates me?
Inspiration. Yeah.
My inspiration. And then when it comes to my faith, it's because of the experience I had dealing with my daughter that my faith kicked in to where I was still able to get up out of the bed and still move and still push and do the things I need to do so that I can reach what I need to reach to make change happen.
Right.
So it's my motivation to keep going, to keep living, to keep doing whatever I need to do to find justice for my daughter. So that's my motivation.
That's powerful. That's powerful. And we're going to get into that too right after this. We definitely want to get into that because I love your story. I understand that it's unfortunate, and my condolences. But I also love the fact that you've been able to stand strong, and not just stand strong, but actually take some action steps to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when we look at a lot of situations that happens, especially in Black families, we tend to forgive and forget eventually. You know what I'm saying? But what you're doing is you're making history because of the situation. And this is going to be something that's going to carry on for generations and generations to come here in North Carolina, you know, at least, right? So I commend you for the strength. I commend you for all that you've done with taking these action steps to making a change. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I would definitely say that my inspiration, man, comes from, I think my inspiration comes from the fact that all my life I've tried to figure out what it is that I'm supposed to be. I've always been curious, right? And I'm always led to different things. But I think my biggest downfall in my path to really finding myself is the fact that I used to gravitate to men a lot when it comes to identity. People that came off educated, people that came off with a wealth of information. You know what I'm saying? It may have been a pastor, it may be a couple pastors, it may be mentors that I may say, man, dang, this dude seemed like he got it together. You know what I mean? And jump in there and try to build and learn. And I just always felt like there was always more in me. And I've always wanted to tap into that, like all my life, because, you know, in the Black communities, old school parents are like, oh, well, you ain't gonna never be nothing. You're gonna be like your daddy. I mean, we hear that. You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna do this? Right. And so I went through all of that.
And just think of being a girl and being said, you're gonna be like your dad.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
Yeah. That's rough. But we prevail. You know what I mean? Because we know internally that there's something greater in us. So we can't allow the words that were spoken over us to hold us down for the rest of our lives. So Fitz, I love that you said that people come in with that victim mentality. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we are going to be at a disproportionate advantage because of what we're taught, when we're taught it, and how it's been taught. You know what I'm saying? Based off of what they may have gone through, what they're accomplished and different things like that. But as adults, when we acknowledge that, do we settle for that? Or do we fight to overcome that? You know what I mean? So when you said that, bro, like, that's fire, bro. That was fire. So my inspiration is it comes from the fact that I'm tapping into who I am as a person, and it's spiritual. So it's God led, from what I believe, right? It's a God led.
But
thing
you know what? You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Lamar?
Yeah. I'm listening, brother.
Guess what? I get criticized. For that part of me being inspired. I get criticized for saying that there are no excuses.
Right.
You know, I mean, it don't matter to me. I don't give a fat baby butt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that everybody's not strong as I am in my will. You know, some people will take that and go along with the flow and get influenced to continue to think negatively.
Right.
If you call yourself a nigger or a bitch, you know, or whatever you call yourself, you are what you say you are.
Exactly.
Why should you expect anything different?
Yeah. And I agree. So you to that, you ready to go in?
No, to me, I just think that the power of the tongue, and then that goes along with leadership, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times, people like to, a lot of people coin the term that people are sheep, right? And so when people don't activate their leadership skills, I'm not going to say they lack it, because I feel like we all have the ability to be leaders, but sometimes people are too scared to tap into that. And that's the thing, when you are a person that you don't have a fear or a need to be accepted by just anybody because you're okay with yourself, and that's when people get uncomfortable because they don't know how to take you, because they just can't necessarily plan out your next action. They just know, well, he's gonna be this gonna be who he's gonna be, and that's okay, because that's you living in your truth. The only reason why I was ready to go in, that's what I'm inspired by. I feel like I'm inspired by my previous fear of success, and it's something that I feel like held me back. Like, even as a poet, and everything, I used to have people be like, what are you so scared of? Like, why are you always in the background? And I was just like, I don't know, because I'm okay with being here.
Right.
My dad used to tell me, your job is to be better than I am, right? He was like, I got 2 doctorates, I need you to get some doctorates. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I was like, I don't want that much. But I understood it with the fact of, life is going to throw you a whole bunch of stuff, and nobody's going to take the excuse of you a single mom or you have A, B, C, and D going on. So you have to push through it. Nobody's going to give you a handout. And so you have to prove and own your spot of where you are. And so I think that in realizing and being confident in who you are, that is the first step. And that's when people, have that, well, I don't understand why they do A, B, C, and D. They don't understand because they're not in your shoes, or they're not dressing in the same way that you are.
Right.
And when you surround yourself,
I totally concur with Miss Rita. The reason I say that is I just realized, well, not realized, but it just came to mind that one of my biggest inspirations is being called house nigger, sellout, Uncle Tom. These are things I get called on a regular basis because I don't sugarcoat anything, Right. And it's like I said, it's really a compliment, because the house nigger and the Uncle Tom saved a lot of slave lives.
Right, because what does that mean?
He went to the master.
Right.
He positioned himself to be in the house, to talk to the master, to keep that slave from being lynched. Get an ass whipping instead of getting lynched. So I take that house nigga, that sellout, that Uncle Tom as a compliment, and I flip it around. So that's a motivation for me.
Let me add something to that, bro, Fitz. Let me add something to that, because I find it interesting, and you've been doing business for a long time, right? So for anybody that does business, like, we understand perspective is everything. So let's say if I would face that, and I can take that and change it up the way that you did, because again, the way I view it, is going to be based off how it's going to affect me, right? So I don't look at stuff like that as offensive either, because if you go back, you'll learn that there were benefits to actually working with the white man, right? So check this out. In business, we talking about we're all artists. We're familiar with the artist industry, or even just business in general.
Mm-hmm.
Where does most of the income come from? It ain't blacks. You know what I'm saying? So what's wrong with working with white people to get to where you need to go? You know what I'm saying? Or doing it for your family, yourself, but not excluding the white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on something like, hey, if we're going to do it, let's do it. Let's keep it business across the board. If we're talking business, if life is about business and how we deal and conduct business with each other in the conversations, interactions, or whatever, then yes, I love my people first. Absolutely. But am I just confined to my people? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I think it comes from a point of people are angry, right? And in their anger, they want to be solely militant.
Yeah.
And finding a balance of using that anger to get you to where you need to be, but not completely blocking people out. And that's the thing. We get to the point where we only have to buy black. We only have to do this. And while, like you said, I want to support my own first. The thing is, there's still black people that work at Target. There's still black people that work at Walmart. There's still black people that work at McDonald's. So if I completely never use any of these other places, then I'm still hurting my own. And so it has to be a balance to weigh out that scale. And that's what a lot of people do not like talking about. And I think it's these conversations that need to be had, because so many people think it, but they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Then on the other side is the fact that, to be honest, we're all brothers and sisters. It doesn't matter what color we are. You know what I mean? I've met Hispanic people that have given me insight on certain things that I may not have necessarily known about from the black or the Caucasian, demographics. You know what I mean? We're all brothers and sisters. If we all believe in God and faith and the Bible or whatever, wherever they think the beginning was, Adam and Eve, then we all sisters and brothers, regardless of the fact. If you have hatred for one person, or you're not doing to help somebody, then there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with your spirit.
Right.
But that's my opinion. I think we're all brothers and sisters, so it don't matter.
It doesn't matter
what your nationality is.
Correct.
I think we all can learn from each other and build each other up, because that's what it's about. Because we only live here, we guarantee 70 years, right?
Yeah.
Some people don't live 70 years. Some people only live 17. But while they're here, you give them everything they need, because that's my sister. That's my brother. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Me and Toya was talking. Me and LaToya was talking a couple of weeks ago when they was doing all this Black Lives Matters blackout stuff. Not support the white businesses.
Right.
That's ludicrous. The white businesses is the ones that's employing y'all. So you're asking for your ass to become unemployed. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
They've been calling me Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump supporter. Trump my nigga, but I'm not. I'm not a supporter. Yahweh is my president. Yeshua is my vice president, and that Holy Spirit is my Congress. Ain't no mere man gonna dictate the quality of my life.
Right. That's good. Yeah, I think a lot of people are caught up, because you ask a lot of Democrats, why is it they believe what they believe? They so gung ho.
They don't even know.
They don't know. Majority of them don't know. You're right.
Why they Democrats?
Yeah, it's just something that's past. It's a tradition. It's a Southern tradition. You know what I'm saying? It's a Southern tradition. That's just what we grew up into. That's what we know, and that's all we know, without even being able to defend why we believe what we believe. And that ain't no different than people that go into religion and Christianity and a lot of different things. Like, a lot of people can't defend what they believe. You know what I'm saying? So it's a Southern thing. Say what, Free?
It's because they don't question it. Like you said, they just kind of go with it and they don't read.
They just go
along. A lot of us, right. We just that sheep mentality. We just gonna go along. And even with the entire, right. Because even we had that conversation about the actual Black Lives Matter movement itself, the actual movement versus Black Lives Matter. We had that whole debate on an episode, and we were talking about it's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are and supporting, but what are the underlying factors of what an organization is saying? If you're going to support this organization, are their bylaws adding up to what you're fighting for?
And that's the problem too. The problem too is nobody's reading what the bylaws are. You know, you got to be able to understand what you're reading to know what you're following. Right. And most people say, hey, Black Lives Matter, they don't research. Yeah. And it's all about learning about your heritage. It's all about learning about your cause, your motivation. You got to learn in order to achieve.
Yeah.
But I understand that. Free the poet. That's what you're on point.
Straight like that.
Straight like that.
Straight like
that. You want to add anything to that, Toya?
Say it again.
So you want to add anything to that?
Well, I just think that as far as the movement, it was just to make a statement, what was going on in the world. Of course, all lives matter. In order to build one, you need another. So that was my opinion on the issue.
Yeah, I agree. All lives matter, man. Just like the situation with the 2 young kids that recently died, you know. And, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The 5-year-old and the 9-year-old. The 5-year-old in Wilson and the 9-year-old in Edison.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's just crazy because, like, you know, the 5-year-old boy that was in Wilson, he's riding his bike playing outside with his friends and family or whatever, maybe just been family. And because he kept cutting into the neighbor's yard on his bike, young black guy. I think he's like, 16, I believe. I can't remember. How old is he? He about 21, was he? So, but
anyway, he's 21.
Yeah. Then he runs out there because he's upset. And again, we have this movement going on where we have a lot of people with batteries in their backs, but they ain't really about nothing. But there's a whole wave of emotionalism that's covering the internet. Everywhere you look, it's Black Lives Matter. Everywhere you look now, you know, again, I'm not completely against it. There are just certain things that I feel like need to be readjusted in the whole movement. You know what I mean? But like situations like this should be addressed because the guy that did it, was it his brother, him or his brother were supporters of the Black Lives Matter movement. And I don't know, I just feel like the way that it all went down with how the dude ran outside and put the gun to the boy's head, 5-year-old, point blank range, and gunned that boy down and run back to his house, like nobody's seen that. Like, come on, bro, what are you on? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and then there's a big thing about one of his brothers or some crap on the internet, and they're attacking his brother, and it's just a lot, bro. It's just a lot. You know what I'm saying?
I think so much.
And see, Lamar, you got so many people actually really believe in this media, bro.
Yeah.
Look, let's flip it. Let's flip it for a minute. Okay. If that was a white man,
that killed a black boy,
5-year-old black boy, that shiznit would have been all over the news.
Yeah.
Tearing up buildings, burning down stuff, looting.
Yeah.
But because it was a black man who shot a little white boy, they waited 9 days to put it on the news. It's a double standard. So it's like they want trauma and drama without a comma.
Yeah.
But then you also have to realize that the adversary is running rampant. He knows his time is drawing in.
Time is short.
So in order to get the people that he need to get, he's trying to get everybody. So if you're running out, shooting somebody, a little kid of all people,
that's the devil,
in the head with a gun, then you already lost. You might as well say you done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because a child, you know, and that's another thing too. You know, if you have an abortion, oh God, you done committed the most,
multiple sin.
But now all of a sudden you could walk point blank to somebody who's living, talking. You could see them, and you could just kill them point blank. The adversary is busy. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And he knows his time is drawing near.
Yeah, yeah. And then you had the other little death, the death of the what was Anisha? Anisha. And
Anisha, the 11-year-old,
the 11-year-old, and that's going on right now
in
too.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, in Wisconsin. Yeah. And I don't know, man.
The 9-year-old, I want to say she was 9, the one that happened in Edenton. She wasn't 11.
When this was
no, you're talking about, that's another case. That's another case. We talk about Anisha, who is 11 years old from Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, it's like this. Yeah. What I'm seeing is Black Lives Matter only when the police or the white people are killing blacks. It don't matter when we killing each other every day. We kill each other every day more than the white people put together in a month.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, but then there's a rhetoric.
What happens to Black Lives Matter then?
Right. Go ahead, Toya.
All the situations are very upsetting. In my opinion, I just want to kind of hold myself accountable. I wasn't there. I don't know the people, but I feel like there's something in me that I can give back or help someone in a situation just to kind of better things, because you never know what people are going through. You never know what the situation is. And I feel like people who have a voice, people who, are able to do certain things in the community, sometimes it's scary, trying to help someone else or be there for other people. But I just want to hold myself accountable and be a part of the community in some way to kind of support someone or, in certain situations.
Yeah, that's good, though. Accountability is everything.
But you know what, Toya? You do that, LaToya, because you're a prime example of what you can be and what you can do. So you are helping, just by people seeing what you do, especially at your age, and you have 3 children. You're accomplishing a lot. So by example, I say it's more important than just strapping your gum. So you do it.
Absolutely. So LaChelle, let's talk about this petition that you're doing right now.
And what you can do.
Well, the petition I have on change.org is for my daughter. And I'll tell you a little bit about the story itself.
Yeah.
Actually, on President's Day, which was February the 17th, 2020, this year, my daughter was actually in Charlotte. She was going to check on a house that I have in Charlotte. And at about 10:31, she called me that morning. Hey, Mom, I'm at the house, because I had to go by there to check the mail, and to check on the house because there was a storm like a week before the date she was going by there. So she called me at 10:31. She said, Mom, I'm at the house. There's a lot of mail in the mailbox. I said, well, check the house and make sure the house is okay. And she said, Mom, everything's fine, And she was like, well, Mom, I really want to go in the house. So I said, baby, I don't think you can go in the house. The screen door is locked. And she said, oh, okay. She said, so I said, well, what time are you going to be home? Because our curfew was 12 o'clock. And she said, well, Mom, I'll be home before 12. So we got off the phone at 10:32 that morning. At exactly 10:39, my daughter was involved in a hit-and-run accident. The guy was traveling 76 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone because my daughter was coming out at a subdivision to where my house was. And at the intersection, she pulled out and the guy crushed the inside of her car. Her car was probably half the size. She had a little Honda Accord, 2002.
Yeah, I seen the pictures.
So
when
he hit her, he killed her instantly. And that, like I said, that was 7 minutes later. At the time, his girlfriend was behind him, following him. He jumped out the car. Thank God there was a witness that actually saw the accident. Jumped in the passenger seat of his girlfriend's car, and they fled the scene. Police got there. I didn't find out about my daughter passing away until I received an email from the police department, the Mecklenburg Police Department. They sent me an email 2 hours later. And the thing about it is I was watching TV, so I wasn't really, I just grabbed my phone, and I saw an email from the police station. And I was like, sometimes when you get emails, you don't know if it's like spam,
Yeah.
somebody just trying to prank you, you know what I mean? So I just happened to call the number that was in the email, and the officer answered the phone, and he was like, "Okay, are you at home?" And I don't know who this is. You say it's the police, but I don't know it's the police.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I said, well, no, I'm not there. I said, you're gonna have to tell me something. I need to know, why you needed me to be at my house. What's going on?
Right.
Mhm.
And then that's when he told me that, my daughter was involved in a car accident and she died.
Mm.
And so they didn't find the couple until 3 hours later. After they questioned his girlfriend, they arrested both of them. And the police report said that even though he had changed clothes, he still reeked of alcohol.
Mm.
So he went to jail. And then 10 hours later, they made bond.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been out on bond ever since.
Because 10,000 number $1,000 bond.
$10,000 bond. Well, their bond was $100,000, but
it was $100,000.
It was a little over $100,000.
Okay.
They had to pay 10%, so $10,000.
Gotcha. So you
and he's been, as far as I know, the DA told me the only thing they did was suspend his license for 30 days.
30 days?
And he's back on the road again to do the same thing. 30 days.
Until trial.
So for one, he was only
So
locked
they just
up.
offered them a plea deal. So
Go ahead.
10 hours.
10 hours.
So he was only locked up. So was he locked up from February to, what was that, May? Like 3 months and like 10 days or something?
He got, 10 hours. He was arrested so they found him 3 hours later. So it was what?
He did 10, 7 hours. He was locked up 7 hours post bail and still free until trial.
Wow.
So about 2 o'clock that morning, they were out of jail.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, the magistrate be on call, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we got old boy in jail, we need you to come to the courthouse so he can post bond. You know what I mean? How can you, I've never been arrested. I don't know how it works, but I can imagine if I'm arrested, then I don't know if the magistrate judges are 24 hours. No, do they come in 24 hours? I don't know.
No, they're not. Especially on the weekends now.
So, I mean, it had to be a call because it was 10 hours later. Come on. 10 hours? So that's what my petition is for. My petition is for people who have killed somebody and left the scene and didn't even call 911. You know what I'm saying? Or didn't even say, well, let me call the police. And that, I'm not even going to give my name. I just want to call somebody over there because somebody's little girl over there.
Right.
They didn't even do any of that.
So then that's not a local issue. That's more of a state issue. That's dealing with the entire state.
Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a state issue.
Yeah.
Because if it happened to somebody else and that person leave the scene and they were drunk and they able to sober themselves up, guess what? If they don't have no points, because North Carolina go by a point system. Mm-hmm. If you've never done anything and you don't have any points, you're going to be on the low level of the totem pole. So guess what your sentence is going to be? A little bit of time. Right. We're going to give you about 6 to 12 months.
Right.
And that might be community time. That may be active time. That may be parole time. It just all depends on you can get away with it. If they leave the scene, that's basically what they're saying.
Right. Pretty much. So you're working with Mothers Against Drunk Driving, right? That's the organization you're working through?
Yeah.
What's that like with working with a group of other women that's doing the same thing?
To be honest with you, it's been hard for me. They have like little classes that they take, I guess it's to grief classes. Mm-hmm. And in those grief classes, it kind of lets you see the reality of everything. Mm-hmm. Because it takes you to that moment when your child passed away. And then you have to kind of deal with the feelings that go along with somebody else taking your child away from you. and letting you go through all the emotions that you go through. Because when you deal with trauma, your body goes through certain phases.
Right.
You know, at first you may be in shock, and then the next mode is like you're like, oh my God, this really is happening.
It's really happening.
Or you could be in a mode where you're like, okay, I need to take care of this. You running. Eventually, you're gonna get to a point where you kind of, settle down, and you have to realize what's going on. So it's been kind of hard for you to kind of deal with Mothers Against Drunk Driving in that aspect, because they want to have you go through counseling and kind of deal with your feelings and deal with the trauma that goes on. So it's been challenging. I haven't really been able to help other mothers that's dealing with the same situation that I'm dealing with, because I'm still in the situation. It's something new for me.
Yeah. So right now the objective is to raise awareness to what you're doing, the petition to be exact. And how can we support? How can we support? Yeah, how do we support? How do we get those votes up? Because right now I think you're at like 250,000 or something. You need 300,000, something like that.
It was 245.
240.
It's 245,000.
Okay.
And I think the way that we can get it out there is just from platforms like this, where you can get that exposure. You can let people know, where they can research it for themselves. Wait a minute, hold on. I didn't know North Carolina law was like this. Let me read it for myself.
Right.
Yeah, tell them about the aiding and abetting.
No, but that's the only way we're gonna let people know about what's going on, is by communicating. That's important. Whoever we are, we still have to communicate. In order to understand each other and to understand what's going on around us, we need to communicate. And platforms like this is going to help get that message out.
Right. Absolutely. So what you become now is a victim's rights advocate. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that's good. So do you guys have any like meetup groups, or you guys have anything you're doing virtually, or what are you doing with like the network with that? Do you have a network with that we could all kind of tap in and share, or what are you doing with that?
Right now, we're currently working on an annual thing. I'm starting it. Me and my partner, Augusto Jose Polo, in conjunction with the Toya Fashion Speak Boutique, we're a family. So we welcome LaChelle and her cause with our family. So August 29th, which I was going to give you my itinerary later, but August 29th is dedicated to Manish.
Yeah.
We're providing a free photo shoot for all our New South Empire and Thunderful and Fantastic Fun and Fashion Speaks family members. All of them to come take a photo shoot, because you never know if you'll see that person again.
Right.
So every year we're going to do this, and then we're contemplating some other things that we're going to do pertaining to. But right now, we're in healing mode, you know, and thinking about it seriously, what we really want to do.
I asked that because you seen when we first put the flyer out, I shot it across Facebook, about 60 some odd pages, right? So but we just never know who's watching. You never know who's watching. And if there's anybody out there that are familiar with the areas with putting something together, we could actually make some like the structuring, or some experience. Let me just say it that way. If anybody out there that has some experience, I want to say at least 10 years experience, because we want to get people involved that are well versed in the law, well versed in like local law, state laws, and all of that good stuff too. You know what I mean? So we may have some lawyers on board. I have a few lawyer friends that I'm affiliated with that I ask questions to personally. and I'll reach out to them to see maybe they may know somebody. You know what I'm saying? But I get hit, and of course here at the Cool Spot, we have our spotlight segment too, which we get hits from people that are political figures. We getting like all kinds of different people that are hitting us up for a spotlight. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody out there that's watching that has 10 plus years in what we're talking about here, I think it'd be very, very, very important if we could all just come together and reach out and see if we can put something in place, because this is serious, you know, and I've never lost a loved one that's that close, you know, but I could only empathize with you with that and share my condolences, you know what I'm saying? But I do understand too that I have lost friends, and the way that I felt when I've lost a friend and an uncle or somebody like that, and how it made me feel, and to see how you're moving in spite of, to bring changes and to also raise awareness to what you're doing. Again, I commend you for that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like the team, not just you, but everybody that's involved. You know what I mean? And I appreciate y'all for just holding on to be so strong. You know what I mean? And doing what y'all do, man. I think it's phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, would you guys be open to if some people reached out to y'all like and said, hey, I got 10 plus years and, you know, law and whatever else, like, you know what I mean? Would y'all be open to taking any
Of course. Hey, you know, like I say, we brothers and sisters. Anything that we can, somebody can always give me something that I can use. I can give them something they can use. It's all about networking and communication. So most definitely, if somebody has something to offer, hey.
We open like an oyster on a half shell.
On the grill.
Why did I know something was going to come up and make us all laugh? I was waiting for it.
An oyster and a half shell.
With some sweet baby Ray's barbecue sauce now. Why you talking?
Not the sweet baby Ray's.
I can do that on the grill now. I can do that on the grill. But no, that's funny. That's funny. I like it. I think that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So my last question, and I guess I mean we just went in really. Well, as a matter of fact, we've already answered the last question.
Okay, well, if the question has been answered, then we would like to. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. Go ahead.
I got bad habit, y'all. Like I be excited, so I'll be like, "Oh, let's go."
Yeah.
And so, if you all individually had to give us like a 60-second plug of what it is that you do, your business. Now, look. Now I know y'all are involved in multiple things, so you know your plug might need about 3 minutes, and that's okay. But we would, if you had to tell somebody like a quick synopsis of what you have going on and why they need to, you know, just kind of keep up with what you got going on, I think you should be, you know, we want to offer you this opportunity to plug yourself, to just kind of let somebody know a quick, concise, bam, 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 bam. This is where you can find me at. And this is why, so that we truly can continue to network. That people that see this can say, you know what, okay, this, and this is how I can get involved. Because a lot of times people just need to know where and how.
Yeah.
So, Toya, would you like to go?
Yes. So everyone actually can find me on Facebook at LaToya in the Raleigh area on Facebook, and LaToya Lorraine on Instagram. And you don't have to worry about me because I stand on my word, and everything I say I do.
Come on now. Come on now.
That was straight to the point. Like,
look. Wait, LaToya, because you're doing the fashion too.
Yes.
How do we find that online? Is it contacting you directly? What are we doing with that?
So actually my website for Fashion Speaks would be www.fashionspeaksvolumes.wixsite.com/clothing. It's actually just a catalog. And then once they go on, they see items that they like, they can call me personally on my business line. Telephone number 919-448-6468.
Nice.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna make sure I got this correct. So it's Fashion Speaks Volumes.wixsite. So WIXSITE /clothing.
Yes.
And then the business line.
Say it again.
Oh no, go ahead.
And I also will be doing a lot with skincare, as far as like lymph drainage, facials, and once someone follow me on Facebook, they'll get like more detailed information on what I'll be doing. I'll be sharing a lot of information.
What's a lymph drainage? What is that?
It's when you remove like toxins in the fat to like lose fat in the body.
Okay.
Oh, that's a little suction thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, I know what that. Lamar, I'm gonna tell you about this that off the camera because it has a lot of purpose.
Oh, okay. Because
Which
It's some good purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because it's also kind of like reshape and remold, correct?
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm interested in that. Okay, all right. I'm
Okay,
open to learn about
and
it.
the line number, that's 919-448. Was it 6468?
Correct.
All right. I got to make sure I put you up here at the bottom so they can see it. Scroll.
Well, thank you. And I appreciate you guys having me on today. It was really a blessing.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for coming, LaToya.
We know you're busy too, so we appreciate you taking the time out to give us some insight and, hanging out at the cool spot. You know what I mean?
Kicking it with us. Thank you.
Yeah, kicking it at the cool spot.
Pretty cool.
Okay. Now, is it going to be Miss LaChelle or is it going to be Mr. Sergio?
Let me change my battery.
Y'all probably more taking care of y'all.
All right. Okay. My name is Lechelle Walker. I'm on Facebook under Lechelle Walker or Instagram under LA_Lechelle, LACHELLE. Or to promote my daughter's petition, you can go on change.org.
Mm-hmm.
Her name is Maniche Wilson, and that's spelled MANICHE, last name Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And then get in touch with New South Empire LLC if you need any booking information concerning shows or just public speaking, whatever you want to get in touch with business-wise. This is my manager.
Hey, so question, Maniche, is that French? What's the background on that?
Oh God. Okay. And my daughter would tell everybody the story. So when she got old enough, she knew it all because I told her ever since she was a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Her dad's name is Mancer, MANCER.
Okay.
My name is LaChelle, LACHELLE. So what we did was to come up with her name, we took the MAN out of his name and the CHE out of my name. Right. So on the day that she was supposed to be born, we didn't know what was going to go in the middle.
Right.
So I'm in labor, he's asking the lady, the nurse that's coming in, checking my contractions. He's like, well, we got this name and we don't know what to put in the middle of it. And the nurse told him to say, put an I. It'll represent her.
Maniche. So, yeah. Oh, that's
ever
fly.
Since she was a baby, we told that story. She's in the middle of me and her dad. So her name is Maniche.
Maniche. Oh, that's fly.
The beginning and the end, because she
beginning and the end, and she's the middle together.
Yes, she's the wedge in between the both of us.
Okay.
That's fly.
And the funny thing about it, I will add this onto it. Her dad passed away March of 2018. He had pancreatic cancer.
Wow.
So, and then passed away February the 17th of 2020. So, it's like that part, that little MAN and the I is gone. It's just CHE.
It's CHE now. You got to hold it down.
Right, but she know you're going to remember her and always hold her.
Yeah.
Girl,
I saw in the back. I saw that. I was like, that's the picture.
That's the picture right there. Yeah.
It is her.
You know what's funny? The story for my daughter is similar. My daughter's name is Leandra, and it's funny because when her mom's name is Cassandra. My name is Lemoy, but back then I was called Limo. You know what I'm saying? So Limo. So when she was born, we didn't have a name for her. And one of my cousins Naomi Josephs, he pulled up. He like, yo, it's probably been a couple of hours. Yo, what your name? I said, bro, I don't know. You know
she went that long without a name, Lemoy.
It was a couple of hours. She ain't that bad. So I said, I don't know.
It was baby girl for the first couple hours, huh?
Yeah, baby girl. Yeah, she was just baby girl for a few hours, and he was like, "Well, you Limo, his mom, her mom name is Cassandra. Call her Leandra." I said, "Oh, I like that. That's cool." Wow. So we went with that. You know what I'm saying? And,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That is. Now y'all make me feel like I'm OCD.
Yeah. All right, Fitz, your turn, brother.
My name is Fitzhugh Sergio Fevers Huff on Facebook. On Instagram is Sergio Fitzhugh. On Twitter, it's that dancing ass dude. And you asked me for an itinerary of the upcoming events, and I have this in calendar order.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna kick it off tonight, and every Friday and Saturday night from 5 to 12 p.m. at Jonathan Sports Lounge. To go support Jonathan Fleming.
Yeah.
And it's a great atmosphere. We close at 12 because at 11 we have to start serving drinks. We don't want to kick people out right after they drink, so give them an hour to get they stuck together.
Yeah,
then tomorrow we have the premiere. Tomorrow we have the premiere at 7 p.m. at Feritage Nation Lounge of my first full film.
Yeah, I seen it.
Starring in with Kanye King as Black Lion Sound Films. Kanye King, The Herb Train.
Right.
And we were supposed to premiere at AMC theaters, but due to COVID, threw a monkey wrench. But if you really want it, nothing can stop you. So we're having our premiere tomorrow in Raleigh, North Carolina at Feritage Nation Lounge. Thanks to DJ Freddie and Andre the Boss. Then on August 22nd, we got Trap and Soul Paint, where some of the models can come out and get their body painted, or either have their themselves painted on canvas. That's at my winner, Boss Sam Al's spot in Rayford, North Carolina. Venue Lounge, and that's August 22nd, 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Then, thanks to Tim Harrington and James Lunsford, on the 12th, on the 12th we're having, on the 29th we're having our
29th of August.
29th of August we're having our photo shoot for all the affiliates, family members and stuff like that. So that's going to be at Lake Wheeler.
And that's for Manish.
Yeah, that's for Manish. We're going to be doing that every year in conjunction with, I changed the time so you can be there.
We're obligated. We're obligated. Put in your calendar.
We're going to be there.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a little 7-year-old with me too, but
we'll be there.
Hey, that's fine. And we're doing that with the help of FLB, Disabled Studios, Design Magazine, Connected Foundation, Kevin Glover. Then on the 12th of September, we're having a swimsuit fashion shoot for the Savage Magazine in Topsail Beach, Surf City, Topsail Beach, North Carolina. The very next day, on the 13th of September, then we're gonna be supporting Tim Harrington and James Lunsford. They're having Lit at the Lake at Falls Lake. So if you like boating, it'll be a nice chance to come out and do something different, Nice. Then on October 3rd, I'm going to be supporting Lamar, you know our boy Chanel Wilson, the ambassador R&B. He's gonna be performing at Jonice Cramati's No Heels to Heal. The models are gonna be modeling with no heels on.
Okay.
No heel to heel. So that's gonna be something. Then we got another curvaceous fashion show in summer, thanks to Tabitha Simmons. Then on October 5th, October 15th, we'll be in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Oh,
for
wow.
the Queen's Essence Women's Caribbean Retreat, and that's put on by Shakita Biz from Pure Wisdom down in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, and then our last event so far on the calendar is going to be in Miami, Florida, for the Miss Fashion Global model competition, which she's in. She's in the 40 plus category.
Okay.
And we're doing that with thanks to Seattle Chroma. So we try to stay busy.
Shout out to Seattle. Yeah, shout out to Seattle. Dope. Nice. Man, you busy.
So we're trying to stay busy, man.
You busy, bro. You doing it, man. You doing it. See, so when I was talking about me finding inspiration from different people and pulling from different people, like, you know, I like to forecast. I like to watch and observe. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, I'm absorbing at the same time, right? So, like, I feed off of energy like that. I love that. Like, I love to see people pushing, like, y'all working. It ain't, you know what I mean? Like, the team moving. So that's always an inspirational experience for me, and that helps me push even harder and to keep going as well. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I appreciate it, man. Y'all, dope stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean, like Lamar, I can find a positive in every negative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like, why sit at home complaining about what you can't do? When there are so many things you can do.
You can do, right. And if you look, and if you can't plug in with the people that's doing it, do it yourself. Like,
there you go.
That's what I'm doing. You know, like everything that y'all see me do here at the Cool Spot, because I was an artist first, I'm a rapper first, right? So I used to want to do interviews all the time. I used to say, man, let me look into seeing how I can get plugged in with radio stations, television networks, and this and that. And it's like I did the research behind it, but I was never able to get into those realms. So I want to get out here and perform more. I want to kind of have my own platform. So I'm like, you know what? I missed those marks back then, but that don't mean I can't put it together myself now.
Okay.
So I take that time out. I'm pretty much by myself for the most part. You know what I'm saying? With a handful of people that I do communicate with. And outside of that, like, it's me and the vision. And everything you see is everything that I've always wanted for myself, all the way back from being an artist to now me being like an spokesman or whatever you want to call this right here, right? So, but this is everything that I've always wanted, bro. We can do that. We have that power. We have those abilities. So we got to be able to see more of ourselves as far as what we want to become, instead of holding on to what we were told. Going back to what you said earlier, Fitz, what we were told early on in our lives, and playing the victim. We ain't got to be the victims. We don't have to be that. You know what I'm saying? We can make something out of ourselves and make change happen, like expeditiously. You know what I mean? So
that's my word now.
Okay, it takes time. Yeah, it takes time.
Indubitably.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did he say?
Yeah.
Indubitably.
It's just like this. It's just like this. No excuses. Period. No excuse. None. I need to shout out my acting mentor and coach, awards winning Michael Lee Bowie. He's an award winning filmmaker, producer, director, actor, writer. You know him, boy. So y'all be on the lookout for Kiss the Sky. LaToya is in that film also with I.
Nice.
I didn't mean bars. That was bars by mistake right there. But anyway. Kiss the Sky by Michael Lee Bowie. We're going to start filming that again soon. Oh, that's right. Mike Anderson, too. His stuff, I think he's going to release his in November. I played the OG in that one.
Okay.
Called Polished Soul. Mike Anderson. Y'all be sure to check that out, too.
Nice.
And of course, the Vibe Out video.
Yeah.
Part 2 is coming. It's off the Rick for real.
Right.
Rashid Myers, Jesse Rodriguez, Tiffy Pacino, Dre Ellis, and Keith Sharif Wilson. It's off the chain. Vibe Out.
Nice. And before we go off, I mean, we usually have like a little open segment for questions, but I don't know if anybody have any questions in the audience that's viewing, whether you're on Facebook or whether you are on YouTube. Definitely drop your comments, drop your questions right now. We're pretty much at the end of the show. It just crossed my mind like, damn, we didn't even ask questions. It was just so good. It was good.
I know Mommy was watching. She was over here like, amen. Okay, all that was sad. She's like, great information. But she's doing it for my watch party. So I can't like post it under our comment thing because she's not actually under our video. But, it's just to see that you have people that are watching that are going to ask questions, and there's a lot of people even that catch it on the back end and come back and ask us questions or what people have going on. And I'm always appreciative for the times that we can all build together, because it's always a learning experience to see what someone else has going on and to see how we all come together, how we're a community and how we can be tight-knit. So I look forward to seeing y'all on the 29th. That's like 2 weeks away.
Yeah, 2 weeks away. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be there. Yeah,
we'll be there building with.
Yeah, and we doing some shirts right now with some products. So maybe we might model our own little thing. You know what I mean? So I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah. So
I need one though. I need one. That's your submission fee. I need one.
What size shirt you guys wear? What size shirt y'all wear?
Small.
Small?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
No, okay, she said small. If we wash it, is it gonna shrink any?
There you go.
Is it gonna shrink any?
It should be pre-shrunken shirts.
No, I want to say 1X.
We'll have to text that to you after the show, because we don't want to know what size you wear.
No, I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a 1X. If it don't shrink.
Okay. If it shrinks, get you a 2X. I got you.
Straight like that.
No, straight like that. I got you. We'll have you guys some shirts. We're working on some merch right now, and that's some things that we've been investing in. So I'm super excited about that. New designs. Just some different things, man. So it's gonna be dope. Y'all stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. You know what I mean? So
thank you.
Yeah.
No problem. We thank you so much again for taking time to come on the show today. We thank everybody for kicking it with the Cool Spot today. As always, we ask that you follow the movement. You can follow Mr. Cool Spot at the Cool Spot NC on Instagram. You can always follow his personal Facebook page at Lamoy Decina on Facebook. You can find me Free the Poet NC on Instagram, Facebook, and also Miss Rita Free on my personal Facebook page. As always, peace and blessings. We promise we're gonna see you next time, and we're gonna hold it down. So we're out, y'all.